It's a scam. The whole thing is a scam.
$70,000 car 3 days ago, and they're trying to give me $44,000 for it.
This is why you don't buy electric cars.
You buy a new car, it has all these features, but now you want to use them, and they want you to pay a monthly subscription.
Millions of Americans are regretting buying electric vehicles, and everyone knows why. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button. Help us hit 1,000 subscribers, and don't forget to like the video. It really helps the channel grow.
That's completely ignored. The biggest scam in the car industry is the way that we've been force-fed the EV side of cars.
Now we're talking.
It's set by politicians and administrators, not by people who understand the industry. The additional impact on the environment of producing an electric car versus its combustion engine equivalent. How are we actually fueling these things anyway? Because in most countries it's not renewable energy, so it doesn't make all that much difference. The potential for the costs, which they're still trying to work out, right? They've just announced there's going to be a tax per mile on an EV here, which is complete baloney because you go on a road trip to the south of France and back with a hybrid, you've paid for the French tolls, so why should you pay tax on the mileage you've driven on your car in between its MOT tests here? It's killing the industry that we love because regulation is being set based on arbitrary rules, not by actual development. And my biggest problem with it overall, which is not really discussed, is that manufacturers have spent the last 10 years pouring many billions into the development of EVs. That same money being poured into the development of combustion engines would have made them twice as efficient as they are today.
You guys needed another reason not to get an electric car. Let this be the other reason. So, alright, I'm just gonna have Charlie explain this to you guys.
So I was on the phone with support for like an hour today because the charger that came with the vehicle had a password on it, okay? The charger had a password. Mind you, to get to the charger, I had to unlock my car. So I have to have the keys to my car to get the password, to get the charger, but there's a password for the charger. So we got the dealership password for the charger, so we were able to unlock it. We plugged it in. It turns out the charger needed a software update in order to charge the car. And the car needed an update too. So I had to update my vehicle. Mind you, I couldn't drive it while it's updating. And I couldn't charge it either. So now that's updated. I don't actually know if that's updated. We plugged it in, it charged for 5 minutes. I don't know why, and now we have a black screen.
It's not turning on either.
Or you could just get a BMW.
Or you could just get a Beamer back there.
Electric cars they're so convenient, bro, and they're so
super good for the environment.
So good.
Super good for the environment.
Guys, this is your sign. Do not get an electric car.
Pay monthly to use a feature on your vehicle if it's already built into it. Self-driving mode's really cool. Heated seats are really hot. And remote start is a must. But would you actually buy a vehicle if you would have to pay monthly to use those features? I think BMW has learned their lesson and taken away the subscription to use the heated seats. But Tesla has the self-driving mode that you have to pay for. Toyota has some features that you have to pay for. Subaru does as well for certain features like Starlink. If I'm going to spend $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 on a vehicle, I do not want to pay monthly to use a feature that's already built into the vehicle. So let me know from you. Would you buy a vehicle that you had to pay a subscription to use something on the vehicle? Let me know and make sure to follow Cole Honda Tyler for more content like this.
Lexus just called me and refused to buy my car back for the amount and try to say that it's only worth $44,000. You sold me a car telling me it was almost $70,000 and you're calling me to tell me that it's only worth $44,000 right now? I'm gonna see how much CarMax gives me because no, this is getting ridiculous, you guys. $70,000 car 3 days ago and they're trying to give me $44,000 for it. 44K. Babe, I just bought the car from you guys. You guys lied. The range is look, 114 miles left. I only have 170 miles on the odometer and I'm already at 59%. 59%. I'm gonna have to charge it again. I don't even want to drive this car anymore. Oh my God, you guys. I'm actually upset now. It makes me hate this car. I regret this so much. Oh my God. I am trying to calm myself down right now.
This is why you don't buy an EV.
The Hummer's the problem. The charge stations are the problem. I have no idea. Fairly easy. We just increased our range to 98 miles after waiting around for 45 minutes. But the real question, how much did it cost? I am actually in shock right now. We just sat here for 41 minutes. It cost me $19.80
and we added an additional 64 miles for $20. It is more expensive to charge an EV, plus we had to sit here for 41 minutes. It's a scam. The whole thing is a scam. I am on.
Sean Baker, what do you think about electric cars?
Oh, fuck, don't even start me. I hate electric cars. I think it's a big fallacy and a joke that a lot of people are bought into. It's government-driven.
It is totally government-driven,
For
and
no
I don't
benefit.
understand that.
And I'm on the record. I think it's a fucking joke. Electric cars are a disgrace. They cause more damage to the environment. People want to feel good at night that we're saving the environment.
Yeah.
What people don't realise is if one street in a suburb with the average of 2 cars per household and an average street of 40 houses will collapse the grid.
Yeah, totally.
Okay? And there's not enough extension cords in the world to drive from here to Sydney. They are banned from anything to do with YTG. Everything here is petrol driven. I own all V8s and I love the smell of petrol. I love the smell of realness, and my business will never change. And you will never get an electric car from me. If you want to, go to Harvey Norman. They've got plenty of fridges there.
Everybody thinks electric cars save you money. That's literally every EV owner's only argument to why they bought one. I'm a car dealer and I see what actually happens after people buy them. Yeah, you're not spending money at the pump, you're not paying for gas, but that's not where people lose money. The value on EVs drops so fast, especially brands like Tesla. Over 60% value loss in just a few years. Also, something happens to the car, like a little accident or a quick repair. Now you realize parts are expensive, and don't forget about the battery. First of all, the more you drive it, the more it gets weaker. And when you're out of warranty and you need to replace it, that's the most expensive part. Insurance companies know that. And that's why your insurance ends up being higher too. And charging. At home it's cheaper, not gonna lie. But people who rely on public charging, prices are going up and it's not as free as people think. Don't get me wrong, for some people an EV makes complete sense. But buying one thinking that you're gonna save a lot of money, when you add everything up, you realize that saving money on gas don't offset all of these costs like people assume. Follow me for more videos on the car industry from a car dealer.
Let's take a look at what real owners are actually experiencing.
You want to know what the absolute worst thing about having an electric car is? It's not the range, it's not the time it takes to charge, it's not looking for chargers, it's none of that. It's these. Pending deposit on charging. The rapid charging companies do this all the time. They take 40 quid, 45 quid sometimes, at the beginning when you start charging. Sometimes the charge doesn't work, but you still have that money in limbo. And it sometimes takes up to a week to come back to you. And sometimes the charge doesn't work 3 times in a row. So you can be out of pocket by well over £100. Now, Ubertricity have started doing it. It used to be £25 as a deposit because it's a slow charger. The most a charge can be is like 16 quid. So £25 deposit, I get it, right? But they put it up to £40. And the last 2 times that I've gone to charge, I have been charged 3 times £40 deposit. And I am still, today is Saturday, I'm still waiting for £80 to be paid back to me from Monday. I charged again on Wednesday, they took another £80 and I'm still waiting for that. So £160 that I am waiting for because Ubertricity's setup is so crap. And when I phone them, they blame the bank. They say, oh, we can't do anything about it, it's your bank. You phone the bank and the bank says, oh, it's Ubertricity. So like, computer says no, computer bloody says no. That is the worst thing about electric cars. Imagine going to a petrol station and they take 40 quid off you when you start to put petrol in your car and then the petrol pump doesn't work, so they take another 40 quid. Imagine if that money didn't get paid back for over a week. It's mental. How is this allowed? How is it allowed?
This is why you shouldn't buy an EV, but you should buy a combustion. Sure, you can charge this at home. Sure, you can get around. You don't need to buy fuel. Then you do need a battery for this. Guess what? Open up not your checking account, not your dad's checking account, even including your grandmother's checking account. With this, you don't have that. We're not talking about Toyota versus Chevy. We're talking about generalizing. This is awesome. This is a disaster.
And it's not just an isolated complaint. The frustration is everywhere.
This is why you don't buy electric cars. So my uncle's car has died in the middle of the supermarket car park. His fob battery has obviously ran out of juice. So his windows were down. You can't put them back up, you can't start the car, and when he tries to manually start it, the alarm's going off, so he's completely standstill, idle. This is why you don't buy them. Ridiculous. He's actually stuck. You can't leave the car, you can't start it, you can't do anything with it. It's just completely idle. So he's gone to try and find some new batteries for his key, which he probably won't be able to buy because it's in Morrison's. You won't get this with petrol, mate. I tell you that for free, eh? And the thing is, this is just stage one, isn't it, really, of the electric car. Stage two is when they bring the whole digital ID in. Just be, oh, you've got a speeding fine. Car switched off until you pay it. That's exactly where this is going. People don't see it. Oh, haven't paid your rent? Off. It's going to be like this. How do people not see it?
I think I can plug this into this. How the frig? What? What? Or is it freaking locked? That little pin right there is like stopping me from charging. How do I get that down so I can charge my car? So if I close the charge port and retry, it doesn't release. I need that to go down. Go down, what the hell? So it says on my app, so this car is linked to my Tesla app, it says there's a $20.28 unpaid balance for this car. So I owe the previous owner's unpaid balance before it releases the charging port, maybe? I don't know, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna link my credit card and pay that other person's balance and see if it will let me charge and drive the car that I own now. Imagine if someone didn't pay their gas bill and the next owner can't use a car until the previous owner's gas bill is ridiculous. Computer cars, ridiculous. So I just paid somebody else's $20.28 balance and we're back to square one. That little tab, still not unlocking. So apparently, let me turn my flashlight on. Inside the trunk, there's a manual release for that tab somewhere. So I'm supposed to be able to manually lower that tab in here. I don't know how, I'm gonna have to learn. Okay, I got it. There is not a red little tab like the internet said. There's a gray little tab in there. You push that forward and it lowers the charger lock. And that's how you release the charging lock. So right now, we should be charging. This is on. I'm gonna throw this in here, throw this whole cable in here, and I'm gonna just close the door. There we go. So it should be, let me see if it's charging. Charging disabled when using manual release. You're kidding me, right? Okay, so when you manually release that charging port, it won't charge the car. Charging disabled when using manual release. Close charge port and retry. So just to recap, I have 9% battery life, but my car is stranded with no battery. It won't move. I brought power and a Tesla charging cable to charge the Tesla, but I can't manually release the tab that's locked because if I do, it won't let me charge the car that needs to be charged because nothing will work unless it's charged. That's how electric vehicles work. Close charge port and retry. I just did a hard reset and it said ready to charge, but now it says charging disabled when using manual release. I don't have a option. I don't have an option. Reboot. What's it say? It just says charge port open. That's it. That's what happens when we let everybody turn cars into computers. Cars work. My 2004 Altima got me here and has never let me down. The computer car failed on the first day. And for anyone that's saying, oh, just do a software update, my software update was done today. I'm defeated. I came here with such confidence to just charge the car slowly all night. I was gonna leave it all night. I can't even do that. I've been outsmarted by a computer car. I give up. It's getting dark. I was supposed to have my guys' night 2 hours ago and I'm messing around with an electric car. Ruined my night. And the wife isn't happy with me either because I'm defeated. I lose. You win, I lose. This is gonna stay here and now what? Do I just have to have it towed to the Tesla dealership so they can plug it in their computer and manually, electronically unlock it and then charge it, and then that costs me how much? Because you can't just put a gosh darn gas pump in your mechanical lever that opens up and fill it with liquid. Everything's gotta be smart. Okay, I quit, I'm leaving. It says ready to charge, but it says charging disabled when using manual release. It's not ready to charge, we all know why. I set a current charge schedule for 7:45, it is 7:39, it goes by 15-minute increments. I quit, I'm defeated, you win Tesla, you're smarter than me, I lose. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I am missing something that would make me smile instead of something that gives me more aggravation. So I am getting the heck out of here. I really wanted to give you a chance, dude. The idea could be so cool to buy an $8,500 EV instead of paying $5 a gallon for gas. You could pay $8,500 for an electric vehicle that has 98,000 miles. That isn't a lot. This 2004 Altima has 105,000 miles. 98 is not a lot of miles. And it's a 2015.
Look, I don't want this road trip to be taken over by me ranting about EVs, but this is just not good at all. So you have this company called Charge Place Scotland. Now, look, trust me, I researched this like you would not believe beforehand. I looked at everything, even rang up, checked everything. I spoke about this flipping, I'm at Culloden Battlefield at the moment, beautiful. Thought I'll come and spend a bit of time here, have a coffee, quick look around. Fast charging, your full charge, 45 minutes maximum. So I'm a few miles from Inverness. I've struggled to get here, got about 7 or 8 miles left apparently. Got to the charger, whilst it's got Scotland's brand on it, it's Charge Place Scotland. Rang him up, now to do with us mate, sorry. So I've walked into the National Trust for Scotland here at Culloden and asked them, Nothing to do with us either. Anyway, look, there was a real nice guy. I mean, he's not here yet. He could have just set out to get rid of me. I weren't shouting, I weren't annoyed, but they could tell I was getting a little bit stressed. He come up and he said, look, I can sort you out. Thing is, it's not a bloody fast charger, though. But if I can just get anything, if I just go into a cafe and have a coffee for a bit, I can get into Inverness. Basically, do not buy a fucking electric car. Avoid them, right? Trust me, just don't. Fucking hell!
Why didn't anybody tell me that you have to pay to charge your electric car?
They can't be serious. Can they?
Yo, I did not know that we was paying to charge these cars.
This has to be bait, right? Is there really someone out there that believes that electricity is just free?
And I know to some people that might sound crazy.
Well, it's certainly not the craziest thing that I've heard.
But for me, I was just like, what's the benefit of having an electric car if you also gotta pay to charge it?
Now, I'm no automotive expert by any stretch of the imagination, but there is something that I do know. When a person decides to own a vehicle, they are responsible financially for its upkeep and maintenance in addition to fueling that vehicle, whether that be through traditional fossil fuels or through electricity. And neither of those things are free.
Is it like emissions? Is that the biggest thing, saving our environment? Mind you, the car was discharged 3 days ago.
That's just amazing.
You want to know what's crazy? The fact that Tesla made a future car, okay? And tell me it was 90 degrees outside and the air conditioning reduced thing comes on and now my AC don't work because the car needs to cool down because the car is hot. Okay, you know who else is hot? Me! Me! So now I'm sitting in a car and it's sweating. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a happy little day. Bye.
Where across social med between high upfront costs, expensive insurance premiums, battery degradation concerns, and a public charging infrastructure that still feels half-baked, it's easy to see why so many drivers are experiencing major buyer's remorse.
This is a public service announcement to never trust your central locking system. I have a smart car, I have an electric car, I have the BYD Atto, and I just got my daughter, I went to the shops and I got my daughter's pram out of the car, and my keys and my phone were inside the car, and I shut the boot. And when I went to get my daughter out of the car had locked and it wasn't opening. And the boot wasn't opening either. RSEQ came immediately because they treated it like a emergency situation, and I'm so grateful that nothing bad actually happened. And it was only like 10-15 minutes long, but it was the longest like 15 minutes of my life. And she was so upset. Yeah, so the ROCQ said that it shouldn't do that. It's obviously a malfunction, and I don't know if I should contact BYD now and tell them what's happened, but always have your key on you or a door open no matter what, even if the car is not meant to do that.
So, what's the fix? How do we move away from these massive headache-inducing EV problems? Here are a few practical solutions for drivers navigating this right now. Rely on at-home charging. Public fast chargers are often priced at a premium. Installing a level 2 home charger and taking advantage of off-peak electricity rates is the only way to make EV driving truly cost-effective. Consider hybrids or PHEVs. If you want the fuel efficiency of an electric motor without the range anxiety or long charging stops, plug-in hybrids offer the best of both worlds. Better battery warranties and used market research. Before buying, look for manufacturers offering robust 8 to 10 year battery warranties, and check third-party repair options in your area so you aren't trapped paying dealership prices for basic maintenance. The debate over whether EVs are the future or just a headache isn't going away anytime soon. What about you? Do you think electric vehicles are worth the hassle, or are you sticking with gas? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
This is a PSA for anybody considering getting an electric vehicle. Don't. Just don't. That's all I can say. Dumbest shit I've ever done. Worst decision I've ever made. Be $1,500 a month for a car that I can't drive because I'm never fucking charged. Because this is modern day Hunger Games. This is Hunger Games. You have to wait for 2 hours to get a charge. People are quite literally fighting at chargers. They're always broken. The infrastructure for these cars is non-existent. I would rather pay $200 for a tank of gas than to ever have to waste my time doing what I'm doing right now. I want to file a class action. I think we should all get together and sue these motherfuckers. I'm suing everybody. Suing everybody. Electrify America, ChargePoint, Mercedes, Elon, just because he's weird. Fuck all you guys. Give me gas. Let's go back to the normal times. Don't get an electric vehicle.